Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
So why would people want to follow you? Ask yourself that question. Why would anybody want to follow me in network marketing? Why would anybody even want to follow me? Write down some of the things that you possess in characteristics, in your abilities, your skills, mindset, whatever it is, that people would want to follow you. Why would anybody want to follow you? But you need to step back sometimes and look at that. And it'll be an eye-opener for everybody who is being honest with themselves. Are you a person who leads with excellence? I'm talking now. I'm not talking your past. I'm talking right now. Are you a person who leads with excellence? Number 3, how would your associates and leaders rate you in your leadership? You know, often we tend to put ourselves, on we're doing a great job, but sometimes we need to step back and ask other people, are we leading them well? And it all begins with how we lead ourselves. If we're not leading ourselves well, how the heck are we ever going to lead anybody else well? So these are, I just love these questions. Total eye opener. Number 4 is, are you leading associates that don't want to be led? This is a big one, you guys. Beating a dead horse. Like, are you leading people who don't want to be led? You need to ask yourself these questions. Find out who wants to be led. You can't lead somebody who doesn't want to be led. Sometimes you just got to let go. There's a lot of new people that want to be led. Lots of new people out there that are dying to find somebody who they could look up to lead them.
Companies don't succeed, folks, in our industry. It's people that succeed. And you need to understand that. And often people always hope that the company is going to come with the solution. They're going to come with, the next shiny thing to help us grow. Absolutely not. It's all about you and your leadership and the part you choose to take in leading your organization, leading your team. But one thing that will elevate your leadership is the understanding that we do more as a team than trying to work individually. People tend to try to build this business all on their own. Now, what we're going to talk about now is the 5 levels of leadership.
But this talks about the different levels of leadership. And I've read this a few times. I've got the audiobook and it's really, really good. And it's understanding the different levels of leadership. Number 1 being the position leader. We're going to go through those with different slides. And number 2 is the permission leader. Number 3 is a production leader. 4 is a people development leader. And of course, 5 is the pinnacle. It's obviously a combination of all of them. And you'll learn about that. So we're going to go through the 5 of them because I think that it's really important to share a little bit about them. And of course, always learning, always growing.
And the very first one is a position leader, right? That's the kind of leader that will impose rules based on their position. That's the kind of leader that will impose the law, that will impose the rules based on the position that he has at the moment. Not because necessarily, he's earned it. Maybe once upon a time, he might have done something to earn it, but sometimes what happens, we see that within the traditional business job environment, right? The person that is actually your manager or your boss, right? There are simply have a position of power because of the power that was given to them. So that is the lowest level of position of leadership level that you can ever have. And of course, sometimes people try to build a business like this, and maybe that they've had some success within the corporate world, but they were in a different environment that had a bit of a bubble, right? Maybe they've done a great part, or they've done well in their education. They got the great job because of their education and everything else. But there's a lot of different skills, there's a lot of different aspect of leading. And in network marketing, sometimes people have success in the corporate world. They come back here and they don't have that success. Sometimes they see absolutely no results because they haven't really developed the skills of leadership that are necessary to get people following.
So this is when we get more into working together. The permission leader. People follow you because they want to. They follow you because you have vision. They follow you because you're leading by example. They follow you because you're committed. You're committed to the purpose. You're committed to the team, whatever it takes. And that's the permission leader. And you see that out there often where people are following different leaders. Well, that's because they bring value and they care.
And this is a production leader. See, people follow you because of what you have done for the organization. You can see all these faces here, right? These people have done some great things, right? Nelson Mandela and Steve Jobs and Mother Teresa and Oprah and Elon Musk and Martin Luther King. I mean, the things that they have done have impacted the world. So people will follow them. They will respect them because of what they have done for, in this case, we're talking about the organization.
And then there's the people development leader. People follow because of what you've done for them on mentorship, on support, on just being there and listening sometimes when people are going through difficult times. And people will follow people who are working with them and constantly elevating them and developing them. So this is an incredible skill set to develop people. People will follow, people will help them and guide them to the direction that they need to go to get to what they want to achieve.
When you look at the 4 levels of leadership we talked about, is you see what's happening? It's evolving, right? One is you're a producer. People are noticing that you're reaching rank, you're moving up. And next thing you know, you're part of a training and you're training people, right? These are all the things that people watch. And as they see you in action, their respect for you is increasing. And the last point is the pinnacle, right? These are people that will follow you because of who you are and what you represent. You can't be considered as a pinnacle leader level 5 without going through level 1, 2, 3, and 4, because it's part of the evolving. 1 is you've done well, you have a position. 2 is now that you have a position, now you're starting to connect with others and just respect and teach and share. But that is that permission. I want you to lead me because of because of the respect that you show for others. And next thing you know is, I want you to lead me because of what you have accomplished, what you've done. And I want you to lead me because, you're constantly helping the team and others to develop. And level 5 is a combination of all of it. Is you sit back and you will find that often the best leaders are very quiet, right? Everybody talks, everybody shares their opinion. And those big leaders are going to sit back and they're going to wait. They're going to listen to what everybody says. And from that point on, then you're going to turn around and give their opinion that now is balanced between what was communicated. So it's a different level of leadership. So everybody have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And thank you so much for attending. And we'll see you guys soon.